While visuals dominate the screen, it is sound, whether music, ambient noise, or strategic silence, that penetrates emotion and resonates within the subconscious. Music and sound design are the emotional undercurrents of cinema, capable of altering meaning, intensifying mood, and creating psychological impact. Learning objectives. By the end of this module, you will be able to analyze how music and sound influence cinematic mood, tone, and audience perception. Distinguish between diegetic and non-diegetic sound and their respective emotional effects. Evaluate the psychological impact of silence and ambient noise. Understand genre-specific sound aesthetics. Critically assess the collaborative role of composers, sound designers, and directors in mood creation. I. The emotional power of music in film. A. The purpose of film music. Establishes mood, atmosphere, and emotional continuity. Reinforces narrative structure and thematic elements. Amplifies emotional response, sometimes guiding or manipulating audience perception. B. Types of film music leitmotif scoring, recurring musical themes associated with specific characters, emotions, or ideas. Example: Darth Vader's Imperial March in Star Wars evokes dread and authority. Ambient/atmospheric scores. Textural, minimalist sounds used to evoke emotional space rather than melodic identity. Example: Johann Johansson's score in Arrival conveys cosmic introspection. Motivational or inspirational scores, employed in sports, biopics, or hero arcs to amplify hope, tension, and triumph. Example: Period. Hans Zimmer's score in Interstellar evokes both vastness and human emotion. Second, sound design as emotional engineering. Sound design refers to the creation, manipulation, and layering of audio elements, including Foley effects, footsteps, clothing rustle, natural sounds, rain, wind, city noise, abstract or symbolic sounds, high-pitched tones for anxiety, bass rumbles for dread. A. Emotional functions of sound design. Enhances realism or creates surrealism. Builds psychological tension or catharsis. Signifies character perspective or emotional state. Evokes subconscious fears, e.g., distorted frequencies in horror films. Third, diegetic versus non-diegetic sound. Understanding sound source is crucial to emotional context. A. Diegetic sound. Sound originates within the story world, e.g., radio playing, character dialogue. Adds realism and anchors mood in a concrete emotional space. Example: piano playing in The Pianist becomes an extension of trauma and hope. Background non-diegetic sound. External to the story world includes background scores, narration, often used for emotional framing, such as intensifying tension or romance. Example: background music in Titanic during Jack's death adds to the tragedy. The power of silence and sonic minimalism. In certain films, silence speaks louder than any sound. Silence equals to space for emotion. It encourages reflection, dread, or intimacy. Used effectively in films like No Country for Old Men to evoke psychological isolation. Contrast with noise creates shock or emotional transition. V. Sound mood manipulation techniques. A. Mismatched music, juxtaposing cheerful music with violent imagery, e.g., A Clockwork Orange, creates irony, discomfort, or satire. B. Musical swells and crescendos used to trigger emotional peaks, love, tragedy, triumph. C. Audio motifs, repeating sound elements that subtly signal emotional cues. Sixth, collaborative creation of sound aesthetics. Film mood through sound is not isolated work. It involves a period. Director's vision, composer's tonal strategy, sound editor's technical layering, mixing engineer's balance and timing. Case example: Inception, Hans Zimmer. Dreamlike mood achieved through braided layers of deep brass, reversed sounds, and slowed down Edith Piaf to signal time distortion. Summary insights. Sound is emotion's highway shaping not what we think, but how we feel. Music triggers affective memory, linking sound to personal experiences. Strategic sound design heightens immersion and narrative truth. Hope you join EarthTab Business School in the next module. I look forward to congratulating you upon the completion of this course.